event that was happening this weekend. It was called the Furaha City Festival, and it had headliners upon headliners, including Willie Paul, Diamond Platinum, Zuchu, Calligraph Jones, Trio Mio, Harmonize. Like there were a bunch of big names, and both Kenyan and Tanzanian artists coming through. However, the drama started specifically because apparently there was an altercation between Willie Paul and Diamond Platinums. Story goes, in case you haven't been informed, the story goes Willie Paul had a particular slot to perform, and Diamond Platinums was supposed to be the closer, right? Because honestly, he is the big name. He's the one who's supposed to be the thing we're anticipating on seeing at the very end. Basically, the pile of gold at the end of the rainbow, for lack of better words. Now, when Willie Paul's time was up, he was supposed to go in and perform. Diamond Platinums goes, do you know what? I want to perform now. I'm not going to wait until later. I want to perform now. That's the story that we're getting. And obviously, Willie Paul, being Willie Paul, said, oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Ain't no way you're going to come and take my slot, which has been programmed and planned for a significant time. Everyone knew what the timeline and what the breakdown of this event was going to be. Sound checks were done. Everyone knew. All of these things have happened. People know the times that they're supposed to be playing and performing. And so now suddenly you want to take my slot? Excuse you. So obviously this led to a bit of a kerfuffle wherein blows were thrown allegedly, and some of them landed on some of them celebrities in the mix, right? Apparently, bodyguards were involved, and Willie Paul may have received one or two blows here and there, allegedly, according to the stories. Now, this has led to so much more drama that has come from this particular day, because in addition to Willie Paul and the drama between Willie Paul, or the fracas between Willie Paul and Diamond Platinums, there was also the fact that apparently there was footage showing Harmonize going past Trio Mio and pretending, again, all of these are allegations, pretending not to know Trio Mio. And that also just led up to a whole lot of just like a can of worms, just like, blah, it was a lot. So obviously it started becoming a conversation about, one, why are Tanzanians being given preferential treatment when it comes to these events? Number two, what makes them think that they can just like come into our country and walk all over us as if nothing, right? And this led to even bigger conversations around it, because the reality was there were some people who were claiming, look, it was nothing to do with the performers. It had everything to do with the promoters and the people who were obviously running this event. However, celebrities have come in numbers to obviously support Willie Paul, which is unlike what we normally see. And the many celebrities who've come through and have given the support, have given the honest opinions about this particular situation, include Steve Simpleboy, who said, kusema ukweli, Kenyan promoters, learn to appreciate your own. Mnajua Kenya ndio imebeba Africa. My brother Pose deserves 100% attention. Mwalimu Churchill also said, Willie, you killed it. We loved you. 2025, come, let's do something. It's about time. Claim that position and then smash it. Nayo bro. We had other people. This is Wanjiku Stevens saying, well, very well done, Willie. DJ Shiti said, sasa shida pose ni bado alichotana after hii vurugu yote. Some other people but just had a lot of, Mimi ni Mkenya Mzalendo, J Wewe, that was Dr. Isaac. A lot of people came in numbers, including even Akode said, the vulnerability was too much. You nailed the show. I love and support Kenyan. The love and support Kenyans showed you is truly what matters. Many don't realize how vulnerable artists are when they step out of the comfort zone. The vulnerability was too much, but you nailed the show. The love and support Kenyans showed you was truly what matters. So obviously a lot of people came through and were not only congratulating him on his amazing performance, because that performance was honestly fire, but in addition they came in support of this between Diamond versus Willie Paul. Kenyans were 100% on the stand. They were standing Willie Paul. And yeah, the drama still has been continuing. I think Turi has a lot more about that as well.
I feel like, there is a bias in the industry, especially when it comes to Kenyan artists and performances. And even as people who've worked these events, the bias is there. For international artists, people will go out of their way to make them feel comfortable, to make sure they get everything they want, even if they have ridiculous requests. Promoters are going to go out of their way to provide them so that these people perform. But when it comes to like local acts, ain't nobody that interested. You either want to perform or you don't want to perform. Una feel huwezi fanya, aya, ambe when you're concerned or extend their so there's that bias going on, and that is what is being called out. But at the same time, can we also just acknowledge that there was an overreaction?
There was.
Let's just acknowledge, yes, kulikuwa na makosa ilifanyika, but there was also a huge overreaction on everyone involved. Now the problem was not Diamond particularly, but rather Diamond Platinum's manager, because he was the one who went to ask, hey, can we perform before you? But you know, the way he carried himself, the way he made his request known was very, this is what we're going to do, and if you don't do it, we're going to go home. And he went with that energy, that charged emotion. So obviously, if you come and speak to me like that, I am not willing to work with you, because you didn't want to collaborate with me. You came to say what you wanted, what Diamond. See, the kind of energy he just approached everyone with, it just threw everyone off. And obviously there was that reaction. And then on top of that, him allegedly slapping Willie Paul kind of fuels the fire, because what do you mean? What do you mean? But I also understand why Diamond Platnumz would have asked to go before Willie Paul, because after the performance that was being done, people started shouting for Pose. So obviously, if I'm going to go and perform, and the crowd is asking for a completely different person, even if I am a world celebrity, I'm not going to risk it. Me, I want to go there and be booed, and I be known for the person who was booed by Kenyans. So obviously there's that fear, there's that preservation that the celebrities have, and I understand that, but they could have gone about it a different way. Will Paul, did he do too much? Kinda. But was he kinda justified? Yes. If someone is going to talk to you like that, obviously you're going to stand your ground. Now, Diamond Platnumz has responded to all of this because it was very chaotic. And he said, in fact, yesterday's show, the organizers did not discriminate. This is an ad that is blocking everything. So basically, he says, yesterday's show's organizers did not discriminate. The promoters did a good job and did not discriminate against Kenyan artists. Kina Calligraph Jones and other artists did very well. They ate the entire sets. Okay, Diamond, we see you. Went on to say, the reality is that the boy was forced to make kiki, especially involving Diamond Platnumz. So the trend, so that he can get trends. We all know who he is and what he has been trying to do, and we've seen it on social media for a while. So basically,
unfortunately,
he said the boy who cried wolf. And Willie Paul has done this so many times, it's a bit difficult to take his side. Obviously, there is an issue there that Kenyan artists are usually marginalized. But now, Willie's story, we really want to believe him, we want to be on your side, but there was also an exaggeration. And also, he does do the most.
He really does.
There's nothing he does regularly, just in a chill manner. No, if Willie Paul is going to do something, he's going to take it to the extreme level. So there was that going on. And then Platinumz called it out. He does do kiki a lot. It's been known to happen. But it doesn't take away from the fact that somebody was treated horribly. Unfortunately, it was a Kenyan artist. And that is what it was. It is that simple. But Diamond has also taken this opportunity to release a new song.
He has.
Holiday. So a win is a win.
It worked both ways.
A win is a win.
It worked both ways.
Willie Paul is now talking about, it's like a comeback now. You see Churchill offering him opportunity. So we've seen him hanging out with Eric Omondi, who has been championing for Kenyan artists. So there were no losses. Tears were involved, but no losses. You know? Yeah.
I mean, yeah. First of all, Kenyan promoters do better. And also, the egos with these artists. Sweat. And
Exactly.
the crack of your bum will be sweating. Because it's like, no, I'm bigger than you. You should go before me. You're bigger than me. You should go before me. Like, those politics already are, like, insane. But then when you add the fact that, unfortunately, it is Willie Paul, all we can say is artists are difficult people to deal with. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. When you deal with them directly, cha, you will guy. Honestly, it's insane.